Now, or the People's Democratic Party (PDP) National Secretary Mr. Ude Okoye has led other party chieftains to visit the party's 2023 Lagos State governorship candidate Abdul-Azeez Adediran over his resignation. This is contained in a statement on Wednesday in Lagos by Adediran's spokesman Mr. Gbenga Ogunleye. ATO recalls that Adediran, leader of the Lagos for Lagos movement, announced his resignation from the People's Democratic Party on Monday, citing betrayal and lack of discipline. Barely 48 hours after leaving the party, PDP leaders visited Adediran at his Abuja office, urging him to reconsider his decision and return to the party. Ogunleye said the PDP leaders pleaded with Adediran to revisit his decision and withdraw his resignation from the party. ATN recalls that Adediran said on Monday he left the party with his supporters across the 20 local government areas and 37 local council development areas of Lagos State. He attributed his decision to betrayal by party elders and the PDP's inability to resolve its internal crisis in Lagos State. Well, here is another developing story from the PDP, and this has to do with the 2023 governorship candidate of the PDP. The PDP leaders, went on a visit to him to plead with him to reconsider his resignation because he did that a few days ago, citing so many issues there before leaving the party. Dr. Harry, what would you make of this story? This is PDP again.
We won't stop talking about this misunderstanding that is going on within the midst of these political parties, be it PDP, APC, and the rest of them.
Okay.
Now, looking at what is playing out in Lagos State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, for me, in politics, they see it as their ideal thing. It's something that must happen within the fold of their political organization. But for the candidate of the 2023 governorship election in Lagos State under the PDP, to have resigned his membership from the People's Democratic Party. He has cited his reasons for doing so. And so for the National Working Committee of the party to step in to say, well, you might have had reasons for resigning your membership from the party, but we want you to consider of coming back. It's okay, but it will now depend on him as an individual. Do I need to come back? Have they given me enough reasons to come back into the party? Meanwhile, when you look at PDP in Lagos State, there has been a lot of uncertainty, affecting that political party in that state since 1999 till date. Maybe the young man says that, look, continuing remaining in this political party will mean nothing for me as a politician. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about him as a politician, because he has given his reasons. So, but for the National Working Committee to say, okay, please, we want you to reconsider your position and return back to the party, it's expected. But like I said, it's also depend on him to say yes or no, because he has that constitutional right to remain in the party, and also has that constitutional right to, to say, I'm not going to be in the party. So far, his reasons are genuine and all of that. So for me, I don't see any crime there, except otherwise.
All right. Well, and then it's your turn now. Let's take a look at this critically. Jordan is saying that his reason of leaving the PDP is he cites betrayal as a reason of him leaving the PDP. Again, do you think that this is substantive enough for him to leave the PDP, due to betrayal and all of that? I mean, this. What happens to the other party he would be going to? Would he not face similar situations there? I mean, let me get your take on this one.
Okay, first off, one thing I want to borrow relief from my co-guest. He said it's a personal decision. I totally agree. But one thing I know I like about Jandor is the fact that he's not a very an easy person to bend over for that reason.
Okay.
Because when he tendered his resignation, I remember the party where they were saying that he wanted to join the ruling All Progressive Congress, and then he came out vehemently to tell them that he does not need federalism, he does not need anybody. And Lagos State is about federalism, so he came out publicly to say that he doesn't need any federalism. He even mentioned names of people that he's not going to see before he becomes the governor of Lagos State. So I like that. I like that for him because he's a man of, he has a mind of his own. But like my colleague said, it's a personal decision for him. He alone knows what happened in the last election and how he was betrayed. And of course, I know it's an entire party internal something, internal party something. So, but then for National Working Committee to deem fit to visit him, to plead with him, I think he alone knows, and he has the right, like my colleague said, constitutional right to either resign, join any party. He's a man of his own. But I love one thing about him. He's a man that has a mind of his own. But whether he decides to stay back in PDP or go somewhere else, we can only wish him the best because it's a personal decision of his. But bearing in mind that Lagos State is being controlled by some certain godfatherism elite figure out there, I think it's not going to be an easy ride for him.
All right. Well, again, don't you think that this is reasons for leaving the party? Don't you think that it's going to tarnish the image of the PDP or puts the PDP in a very bad spot?
Yes, when he said, when he cited betrayal as one of the reasons he was leaving the party, you can be betrayed everywhere. After all, even our savior was betrayed by one of his disciples. So that somebody betrayed him in the party doesn't mean the party betrayed him. It's not the party per se. If the party betrayed him, he wouldn't have been the governorship candidate in the first place. But then maybe there were people he wanted better from, or he thought better of, that could have done better. There were people also he would have maybe believe will enhance his chances of winning, who eventually didn't turn up for him. But I don't think it's a political party there must be betrayal. You can't play politics without betrayal. We face that in everyday life. So, but then I don't think it's a dent on PDP. Yes, somebody betrayed him, not the party per se. Maybe he expected much, and then it didn't happen. But then the National Working Committee are there to make peace, and then they're talking with him. Whatever his decision is, still wish him the best.
All right, well, before we move on to the next story, I would also like to ask you, Dr. Henry, what do you also make as regards to the moves by the PDP leader to approach Jandor, asking him to come back? I mean, 48 hours to when he resigned from the party.
It's the ideal thing that the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, is doing. Sitting down and watching your members declining on daily basis, and you did nothing about it. It's like you even pray for them to be going.
Okay.
So like I said from the onset, so it's ideal thing they have done so far. But let's see how it plays out in the coming days.
Well, fingers crossed in anticipation as regards to that. We hope there's a positive result out of all of that.
I hope so.
We hope for the best.